दोस्तों, मैं अपर्णा राजन चैनल में आप सबका स्वागत है। आज विटामिन के बाद मैं एक नई सीरीज शुरू करना जा रही हूँ, वो है मिनरल्स। मिनरल में सबसे पहले दो इम्पॉर्टेंट मिनरल हैं जो मेडिकली बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट हैं, उनके बारे में शुरुआत करते हैं। तो सबसे पहले आप जानिए कि मिनरल्स होते क्या हैं। द मिनरल्स और इनऑर्गेनिक एलिमेंट्स constitute only a small proportion of the body weight. A few minerals are required for normal growth and maintenance of the body. अब दो तरह के होते हैं मिनरल्स, मेजर एलिमेंट्स और मैक्रो मिनरल्स और प्रिंसिपल एलिमेंट्स। मेजर एलिमेंट्स और मैक्रो मिनरल्स आर those whose daily requirement is more than 100 milligram. Examples are calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, chloride and sulfur. So these are macro minerals or major elements. Next are trace elements. Trace elements जिनकी की रिक्वायरमेंट 100 मिलीग्राम पर डे से कम होती है. Examples are iron, iodine, copper, manganese, zinc, cobalt, molybdenum, selenium and fluoride. Trace elements are subdivided into three categories. Essential trace elements, possibly essential trace elements, toxic और non-essential trace elements. तो essential trace elements वो हैं जो बहुत ज़रूरी होते हैं, वो है आयरन, कॉपर, आयोडीन, मैंगनीज, जिंक, मोलिब्डेनम, कोबाल्ट, फ्लोरीन, selenium and chromium. Possibly essential trace elements are nickel, vanadium and barium. टॉक्सिक और नॉन एसेंशियल जो बिल्कुल ज़रूरी नहीं होते हैं और जिनको लेना टॉक्सिक होता है वो है एल्यूमिनियम, लेड, मरकरी, बोरॉन, सिल्वर, बिस्मिथ, कैडमियम. मिनरल वर्क्स आर एक्स द कोफैक्टर. अब कोफैक्टर आप लोगों ने एंजाइम के चैप्टर में देखा होगा कि होता क्या है. Some minerals are cofactors of some enzymes. They work as the primary catalytic center. A binding group of bind substrate and enzyme together through the formation of coordination complex. An agent stabilizing the conformation of enzyme protein in its catalytically active form. अगर आपको एंजाइम वाला चैप्टर और लेक्चर चाहिए तो उसकी लिंक मैं अपने कमेंट बॉक्स में दे दूंगी. Mineral co-works as cofactor are also required by inactive apoenzyme, which are the protein, to convert them into active holoenzyme. Holoenzymes are the whole enzyme. There are two types of cofactors, essential and organic compound known as coenzyme. Both inorganic and organic cofactor becomes essential portion of the active site of certain enzymes. Now we come on the electrolytes. पहला electrolyte है sodium. Sodium is the chief electrolyte which is found in large concentration in extracellular fluid compartment. सबसे ज़्यादा fluid compartment में sodium होता है. Total body sodium is about 4000 MEq. About 50% of it is in the bone, 40% in the extracellular fluid and 10% in soft tissues. And sodium regulates the extracellular fluid volume. Sodium pump is operating in all the cells so as to keep sodium extracellular. This mechanism is ATP dependent, मतलब energy requiring mechanism है ये, यहाँ पे energy की ज़रूरत होती है. Sodium is also important in the regulation of acid-base balance. Normal level of sodium in plasma is 136 to 145 milliequivalent per liter and in cells it's 12. Normal diet contains about 5 to 10 gram of sodium मेनली है सोडियम क्लोराइड, जिसको हम नॉर्मल नमक कहते हैं। सोर्सेज आर टेबल सॉल्ट्स, ब्रेड, होल grains, leafy vegetable, nuts, eggs and milk. डेली रिक्वायरमेंट मतलब अब हमें कितना खाना है। एडल्ट में 1 to 3.5 ग्राम पर डे, बच्चों को 0.1 to 0.5 ग्राम पर डे, एंड चिल्ड्रन, इन्फेंट्स और चिल्ड्रन दो अलग होती हैं। चिल्ड्रन में 0.3 to 2.5 ग्राम पर डे। What are the biochemical functions of sodium? In the association with chloride and bicarbonate, sodium regulates the body's acid-base balance. Sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate बना के बॉडी की एसिड बेस बैलेंस को मेंटेन करता है। सोडियम इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द मेंटेनेंस ऑफ ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर एंड फ्लूइड बैलेंस. It is necessary for the normal muscle irritability and cell permeability. Sodium is involved in the intestinal absorption of glucose, galactose and amino acid. मतलब सोडियम उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। अगर हम ग्लूकोज लें और साथ में सोडियम नहीं है, कभी आपने सुना होगा कि डॉक्टर्स कहते हैं कि ORS बनाओ या घर में ही नींबू पानी नमक और चीनी डाल के घोल बना के पी लो, लेकिन नमक डालना जरूरी है क्योंकि इंटेस्टाइनल एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ ग्लूकोज में सोडियम का बहुत बड़ा रोल है. इट इज नेसेसरी फॉर हार्ट बीट. अब सोडियम ले तो लिया, इसका एब्जॉर्प्शन कैसे होता है? सोडियम इज रेडिली एब्जॉर्ब्ड इन द गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल ट्रैक्ट एंड therefore very little of it is normally found in the feces. feces में बहुत कम निकलता है, less than 2%. However, in diarrhea, large quantity of sodium is lost in the feces. अगर डायरिया हो गया तो बहुत सारा नमक फीसिस में निकल जाता है. इससे हमारे शरीर में सोडियम की कमी हो जाती है और तब नॉर्मल सलाइन चढ़ाना पड़ता है. सोडियम पंप which is situated in basal and lateral plasma membrane of intestinal and renal cells facilitates sodium absorption. Sodium pump actively transports sodium into the ECF, extracellular fluid. Sodium potassium pump is an enzyme. It is a glycoprotein composed of 2 alpha and 2 beta chain. सोडियम पोटेशियम पंप पे शॉर्ट नोट आते हैं, याद रखिएगा. This is also called as sodium potassium ATPase. It requires ATP as well as magnesium. The enzyme hydrolyzes a high energy phosphate bond of ATP and uses the energy thus released to transport. This enzyme requires ATP, जिसका कि फॉस्फेट बॉन्ड अलग हो जाता है और उसकी एनर्जी ट्रांसपोर्ट में यूज होती है. 3 sodium ion outside and simultaneously 2 potassium ion inside across the cell membrane. मतलब अगर 3 सोडियम आयन अंदर जाता है तो 2 पोटेशियम आयन सेल मेम्ब्रेन के बाहर आते हैं. See here, you can see it's very easy to understand. यहाँ पे देखिए, 3 सोडियम अगर अंदर गए हैं मेम्ब्रेन में तो 2 बाहर आते हैं और यहाँ पे ये एटीपी डिपेंडेंट प्रोसेस है. There are different forms of sodium pump. Even form, E1 form. It presents its ion binding and phosphate binding site on the cytoplasmic surface of the membrane. 3 sodium ion from cytoplasm bind with the iron binding sites of E1. This leads to a phosphorylation of aspartate residue of E1 with the help of ATP and magnesium. This result is conformational change and E1 becomes E2. This E2 exposes both iron binding and phosphate binding site on extracellular surface of the membrane. This lowers the affinity of pump of sodium and release it in the ECF. On the contrary, Now the potassium ion from ECF bind to the respective ion binding site of the pump. This lowers the affinity of E2 for phosphate. Now E2 to E1 again and lowers its affinity for the potassium ion. This leads to release of potassium ion from pump to inside the cell. Adrenocortical insufficiency. Sodium is an extracellular cation, therefore the blood cells contain much less. The mineralocorticoids secreted by adrenal cortex influences sodium metabolism. A decrease in plasma sodium and increase in its urinary excretion are observed in the adrenocortical insufficiency. Kidney is the major route of sodium excretion from the body. As much as 800 grams sodium per day is filtered by the glomeruli. 90% of it is reabsorbed by the renal tubule by an active process. This is controlled by aldosterone. तो हार्मोन्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल है सोडियम पोटेशियम मिनरल के एब्जॉर्प्शन और रीएब्जॉर्प्शन में, excretion and re-excretion में. Extreme sweating also cause considerable amount of sodium लॉस फ्रॉम द बॉडी. मतलब अगर बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज कर ले तो बहुत स्वेटिंग होती है या बहुत पैदल चल ले धूप में चल ले, वो भी सोडियम उससे भी सोडियम का लॉस होता है. देयर इज हाउएवर इंडिविजुअल वेरिएशन इन सोडियम लॉस थ्रू स्वेट. अब सबका अलग अलग होता है कि किसी में सोडियम लॉस स्वेट से ज़्यादा होता है, किसी में कम होता है. डिजीज स्टेट में भी सोडियम का लॉस होता है और कम सोडियम लेवल, जब ब्लड में सोडियम का लेवल कम हो जाता है, इसको कहते हैं हाइपोनेट्रीमिया. दिस इज अ कंडीशन इन विच द सीरम सोडियम लेवल फॉल्स बिलो द नॉर्मल. हाइपोनेट्रीमिया में अकर ड्यू टू डायरिया, vomiting, chronic renal disease and adrenocortical insufficiency, which is Addison's disease. Administration of salt-free fluid to patient may also cause hyponatremia. अगर हम फ्लूइड चढ़ाते जाएं जिसमें सोडियम नहीं है, सॉल्ट नहीं है, तभी भी क्योंकि उसका वॉल्यूम बढ़ जाता है और सोडियम हाइपोनेट्रीमिया हो जाता है. दिस इज ड्यू टू ओवर हाइड्रेशन. डिहाइड्रेशन होता है और ओवर हाइड्रेशन, दो कंडीशन होती है. डिक्रीज्ड सीरम सोडियम कंसंट्रेशन इज ऑल्सो ऑब्जर्व्ड इन द एडिमा, which occurs in the cirrhosis and congestive heart failure. The manifestation of hyponatremia include reduced blood pressure and circulatory failure. Ab hypernatremia is another condition. This condition is characterized by the elevation in the serum sodium level. It may occur due to hyperactivity of adrenal cortex, prolonged administration of cortisone, ACTH and or sex hormones. Loss of water from body causing dehydration as it occurs in diabetes insipidus result in hypernatremia. Rapid administration of sodium salts also increase serum sodium concentration. It may be noted that in pregnancy, steroid and placental hormone cause sodium and water retention in the body, which leads edema. The symptoms of hypernatremia include increase in blood volume and blood pressure and causes hypertension. Now we come on second mineral, which is called as potassium. Potassium is a major intracellular cation. It is widely distributed in the body fluid and tissue. होल बॉडी में 200 मिलीग्राम पर डीएल, प्लाज्मा में 20 मिलीग्राम पर डीएल, सेल्स 440 मिलीग्राम पर 100 ग्राम, muscle tissue 250 to 400 milligram per 100 gram and nerve tissue 530 milligram per 100 gram. Now we come on the functions of potassium. Potassium maintains intracellular osmotic pressure. It is required for the regulation of acid-base balance and water balance in the cells. The enzyme pyruvate kinase is dependent on potassium and for optimal activity. Functions की spelling गलत है, इसको सही FUNCTIONS. Actually I'm not a typist, तो इसको सही कर लेना है. Potassium is required for the transmission of nerve impulse. Adequate intracellular concentration. Potassium is necessary for proper biosynthesis of protein by ribosomes. Extracellular potassium influences cardiac muscle activity. What is daily dietary requirement? 3 to 4 gram per day. Per day. Sources क्या है? Banana, orange, pineapple, potato, beans, chicken and liver are the richest source of potassium. Tender coconut water is rich source of potassium. Absorption. The absorption of potassium from the gastrointestinal tract is very efficient and very little is lost through the feces. However, in subjects with the diarrhea, a good proportion of potassium is lost in the feces. Potassium is mainly excreted through urine. The maintenance of body acid base balance influences potassium excretion. Aldosterone increases excretion of potassium. अब वो कंडीशन जबकि पोटेशियम का लेवल ब्लड में कम हो जाता है कहलाता है हाइपोकैलीमिया, हाइपोनेट्रीमिया एंड हाइपोकैलीमिया. कॉजेस क्या हो सकते हैं हाइपोकैलीमिया के? ओवर एक्टिविटी ऑफ एड्रेनल कॉर्टेक्स, प्रोलॉन्ग कॉर्टिसोन थेरेपी, इंट्रावेनस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ पोटेशियम फ्री फ्लूइड, treatment of diabetic coma with the insulin, and prolonged diarrhea and vomiting. These are the causes for hypokalemia. Symptoms क्या होते हैं? Irritability, muscular weakness, tachycardia, cardiomegaly, cardiac arrest, and changes in ECG. Hyperkalemia causes renal failure, adrenocortical insufficiency, severe dehydration, intravenous administration of fluid with the excessive potassium salt, and diabetic coma. Symptoms: depression of central nervous system, mental confusion, numbness, bradycardia, reduced heart sound, finally cardiac arrest. Changes in ECG are also observed. Phosphorus is another important mineral required in many phases of metabolism. Food sources of phosphorus are phosphoprotein, nucleoproteins, nucleolipid, glycerophosphate, and inorganic phosphate. Food rich in calcium are also richest in the phosphorus. Required in many phases of metabolism. Phosphorus is the second most abundant mineral in the body, which is 22% of total mineral content. 80% is structural, insoluble, appetite in bone and teeth. 20% is very active metabolically. High energy phosphate compounds in nucleic acid, phospholipid, phosphoprotein, and coenzymes. Recommended daily allowance of phosphorus is established on the basis of a 1:1 relationship with the calcium. Adult 800 milligram per day and pregnancy and lactation में 1200 milligram per day. जितना कैल्शियम चाहिए उतना ही फॉस्फोरस चाहिए. Phosphorus deficiency or hypophosphatemia, it's not common, ये easily नहीं मिलता, but it may be associated with total parenteral nutrition without sufficient phosphate. Copper. The body contains about 100 milligram copper distributed in different organs. Copper की function क्या है? Copper is an essential constituent of cytochrome oxidase, which is an enzyme, catalase, tyrosinase, superoxide dismutase, monoamine oxidase, ascorbic acid oxidase, and ALA synthase. Lysyl oxidase, a copper containing enzyme, is required for the conversion of certain lysine residue of collagen and elastin to lysine, which are necessary for the cross-linking these structural proteins. They help in the synthesis of melanin and phospholipids and development of the bone and nervous system. Daily requirement is 2 to 3 milligram per day in the adult, and in the infant and children it's 0.5 to 2 milligram per day. Sources हैं liver, kidney, meat, egg yolk, cereal, nuts and green leafy vegetable. Plasma copper level is 100 to 200 milligram per dl plasma. Most of this is tightly bound to the ceruloplasmin, while a small fraction is loosely held to the albumin. Normal concentration of serum ceruloplasmin is 25 to 50 milligram per day. It contains about 0.34% copper. सेरुलोप्लाज्मिन एक प्रोटीन है जो कि कॉपर से बाइंड होती है. 6 to 8 atom of copper per molecule, half in copper state and cuprous state and other half in copper cupric state. About 10% of dietary copper is absorbed mainly in the duodenum. डिजीज स्टेट क्या होती है? कॉपर डेफिशिएंसी होती है या कॉपर इंक्रीज कॉपर लेवल. तो कॉपर डेफिशिएंसी होती है डीमिनरलाइजेशन ऑफ बोन में, डीमेलिनेशन ऑफ न्यूरल टिश्यू, एनीमिया, फ्रिजिलिटी ऑफ आर्टरीज, मायोकार्डियल फाइब्रोसिस, हाइपोपिगमेंटेशन ऑफ स्किन एंड ग्रेइंग ऑफ द हेयर. Menkes disease. This is the disorder is due to a defect in the intestinal absorption of copper. यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि डिफेक्ट हो जाता है किसी भी तरह का इंटेस्टाइनल एब्जॉर्प्शन में, जो कि कॉपर को प्रॉपरली एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर पाती. एंड दिस इज ट्रैप्ड बाय द मेटालोथियोनिन इन द इंटेस्टाइनल सेल. Symptom of Menkes disease: decreased copper in plasma and urine, anemia and depigmentation of hair. Wilson's disease, hepatolenticular degeneration. It is a rare disorder of abnormal copper and is characterized by copper is deposited in abnormal amount in the liver and lenticular nucleus of brain. This may lead to hepatic cirrhosis and brain necrosis. Low level of copper and ceruloplasmin and plasma with the increased excretion of copper in urine. These are the symptoms of Wilson's disease. Copper deposition in kidney causes renal damage, and intestinal absorption of copper is very high, about 4 to 6 times higher than the normal. What are the probable cause of Wilson disease? A failure of synthesized ceruloplasmin or impairment of impairment in the binding capacity of copper to the protein, or both. As a result of this, copper is free in the plasma, which easily enters the tissue, bind with the protein and gets deposited. The albumin bound copper is either normal or increased. Treatment: administration of penicillamine, a naturally occurring copper chelating agent, is used for the treatment of Wilson's disease. Selenium is another important mineral. Daily intake 50 to 200 milligram. The good source are organ meats and seafoods. Selenium along with vitamin E prevents the development of hepatic necrosis and muscular dystrophy. Selenium is involved in the maintaining structural integrity of biological membrane. Selenium protects animal from carcinogenic chemicals. It binds with certain heavy metal and protect body from their toxic effect. For example, mercury and cadmium. A selenium containing enzyme 5'-deiodinase converts thyroxine to T4 to T3 in the thyroid gland. Triiodexin reductase involved in purine nucleotide metabolism is also a selenoprotein. Selenium was found in prevent liver cell necrosis, which was discovered by Schwartz and Florz in 1957. Disease stage. Selenium deficiency in animal leads to muscular dystrophy, pancreatic fibrosis, and reproductive disorder. In human, Cation disease, endemic cardiomyopathy in China, and Kashinobek disease, osteopathy is attributed to the deficiency of selenium. Selenosis is the toxic condition due to very excess intake of selenium. The manifestation of selenosis include weight loss, emotional disturbance, diarrhea, hair loss, and garlic odor in the breath. The compound dimethyl selenite is responsible for garlic odor. This is all about few important minerals. अगर आपको बेनिफिशियल लगता है और भी मिनरल्स के बारे में जानना है तो प्लीज कमेंट बॉक्स में बताइएगा. थैंक यू.